Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Speak English Daily. I'm Emma. Let me ask you something, and I need you to be completely honest. Not with me, with yourself. When was the last time you actually used English outside? Not in a classroom, not in a textbook, not in an app on your phone. Outside, in the real world, at a coffee shop, on the street, at a store, at a station, at a market, a real situation, a real person, a real conversation. When was the last time that happened? For most people, that answer is a very long time ago, or maybe never. And that is the problem we are solving today. Here is something nobody tells you about English learning. You can spend 5 years studying grammar. You can memorize 10,000 words. You can watch hundreds of hours of videos. You can pass every test. And still, the moment you walk outside and someone speaks English to you, your mind goes blank. Your heart beats faster. Your mouth feels dry. The words that were right there, they disappear. And you say, "Sorry, my English is not very good." I know that feeling. I know it very well. And I want to tell you why it happens. It happens because there is a gap between studying English and using English. Knowing a word in your head is not the same as being able to say it when the moment arrives. Knowing grammar is not the same as being able to speak under pressure. The only thing that closes that gap is practice in real situations. That is what we are doing today. Today's story is a busy day outside. You are going to go out into the world. You are going to order coffee. You are going to ask for directions. You are going to face a situation you did not expect, and you are going to handle it. You are not going to watch this happen. You are going to live it. You are going to speak through it. You are going to think in English. This is not a listening exercise. This is not a grammar lesson. This is living, speaking, thinking. And it starts right now. But before we go anywhere, before we step outside, we need one thing. We need to wake your speaking muscle up. Your mouth, your voice, your English brain. They need a warm-up, just like any athlete before a race. So let's do that now. It will take 30 seconds, and it will change how you feel for the whole hour. Say your name right now, out loud. Say where you are right now. Say one thing you did today, anything at all. Don't think too much. Don't look for the perfect sentence. Just open your mouth and speak. 10 seconds. Go. Good. Your mouth is open. Your English is moving. Your brain is warming up. That's all we needed. Before we step outside, I want you to do something. Close your eyes for 5 seconds. Take a slow breath in and then out. And I want you to picture this. It is 9 o'clock in the morning. The sun is already up. It's a warm day, the kind of day where you feel like something good could happen. You are getting ready to leave. You grab your bag. You check your phone. You open the door, and you step outside. The street is busy. People are walking fast. There are sounds everywhere, traffic, voices, the hum of the city. You have things to do today. You need to get coffee. You need to find a place you've never been. You need to talk to strangers in English. No script, no multiple choice answers. No time to think of the perfect sentence. Just you and the day and the language. This is the mindset I want you to carry into this hour. You are not watching someone else's story. You are not the audience. You are inside the story. You are the main character. Everything that happens to you. And everything that needs to be said, you are the one who says it. You are outside. The street is busy. People are moving. You don't know this neighborhood very well. You feel a little uncertain, a little out of place, but you also feel something else, a quiet determination, a readiness. You are here, and you are going to handle this day. That feeling of uncertainty, that is real. That is exactly how real life feels. And here is what I want you to know. The speakers who grow the fastest are not the ones who feel the most confident. They are the ones who speak even when they don't feel confident. They feel the discomfort and they open their mouth anyway. That is what we are doing today, every single time. So, right now, I want you to say 3 words, just 3 words. Say, I need help. Feel it, then say it again. I need help. This time, louder, more confident. I need help. One more time, like you mean it. I need help. Good. You said it. That is already a win. Now, let's go get that coffee. Okay. You just walked into a coffee shop. You stepped off the busy street and into somewhere warm and quiet. It smells like coffee and fresh bread. There is soft music playing. You look around. The shop is not empty. There are a few tables with people sitting, working on laptops, talking quietly. At the front, there is a counter, and there is a line. 2 people in front of you, 1 person behind. You look up at the menu on the wall. You start thinking about what you want. You are in line. People around you seem to know exactly what they want. The person in front orders quickly and moves aside. Now, there is only 1 person between you and the counter. You can feel your heartbeat, just a little. That's okay. That is normal. Use that energy. It means you are alive. It means this is real. While you wait, one quick thing. Say this right now. Coffee, please. Just that. Say it. Coffee, please. Good. Your mouth said the word. Now think about the full order. Hot or cold? Coffee or tea? Something to eat? Will you pay by cash or by card? Think now. What are you going to say when it's your turn? Picture yourself at the counter. What are the first words out of your mouth? 3 seconds. Think. Say your order right now. Just say it. Don't worry if it's not perfect. Even just 1 word, coffee, is a start. 5 seconds. Go. Whatever you said, that counts. You spoke. That is what matters right now. And I want to say something about that moment because it is important. Even if your sentence wasn't perfect, even if you said only one word, even if you hesitated and started over, even if it came out slowly and in the wrong order, it still counts. It still matters. Here is something I want you to understand deeply. Not just hear, but truly understand. The speakers who grow the fastest are not the ones with the best grammar. They are not the most intelligent. They are not the ones who make the fewest mistakes. They are the ones who speak the most, the ones who open their mouths the most times, the ones who choose speaking over silence, again and again and again, even when it's uncomfortable. Every single time you open your mouth today, that is a repetition. And repetitions build skill, not knowledge, skill. Knowledge is knowing that I'd like is more polite than I want. Skill is actually being able to say I'd like naturally, automatically, without stopping to think about it. Knowledge comes from studying. Skill comes from doing. Today, we are doing. So let me ask you something before we continue. How did that feel? That moment of speaking, what happened inside your body? Did your heart beat a little faster? Did you take a quick breath before you spoke? Did you feel slightly uncertain about what would come out? Good. That means it was real. That means it counted. Now let's build that sentence into something stronger. Something you can use next time you walk into a coffee shop anywhere in the world. We are going to use chunk building. This is one of the most powerful techniques in spoken language learning. We start with just one word, and we grow the sentence piece by piece. Each piece you repeat after me before we add the next one. By the end, the full sentence feels natural because you built it yourself. But now, I want to build that sentence with you. Make it stronger. Make it more natural. Make it sound like someone who has done this before. We use a method called chunk building. We start with just one word. We grow it one piece at a time. Every step you repeat after me. Every step feels more natural than the last. Coffee. A coffee. I'd like a coffee. I'd like a coffee, please. I'd like a coffee, please. Can I pay by card? If that felt hard, just say the first 2 words. That's enough. You're still winning. Now let's say that whole sentence smoothly, like you've said it 100 times. Repeat after me. I'd like a coffee, please. Can I pay by card? Again, a little faster this time. One more time. Smooth, confident, own it. That's it. You just ordered coffee in English. In a real shop. In a real situation. Quick note. Please at the end of a sentence does two things at once. It's polite and it signals you're done speaking. That small word does a lot of work. Say it one more time. Feel that please land at the end. I'd like a coffee, please. Good. Simple. Clear. Polite. Now, the barista nods and says something back to you. And this is where things get interesting. Because in real life, you can prepare what you want to say, but you can never fully prepare for what someone says back. That, right there, is the real challenge of speaking English. You're still at the counter. You placed your order. The barista smiled, and then they said something. Fast. Very fast. Almost too fast. You heard the sounds, but the meaning didn't land. You're not sure if they asked about the size, small, medium, large. Or maybe your name for the order. Or maybe if you wanted milk or oat milk or soy. You don't know. You heard something, but you don't know what. You didn't understand. People are waiting behind you. The barista is looking at you, waiting for an answer. Pressure is rising. Your mind wants to say yes, just to make it stop. But that might be the wrong answer. What do you do? What did the barista ask? Maybe your name, maybe your size, maybe your milk preference. You don't know for sure, but you know what you need to say. Think, what is the phrase? Here it is, and I want you to really hear this. The phrase, "Can you say that again?" is not a sign of weakness. It is not embarrassing. It is not something only beginners say. Native speakers say it. Professionals say it. Confident speakers say it. It is one of the most important phrases in the entire English language because it keeps the conversation moving. It says, I am here. I want to understand. I am engaged. Let's try again. That is not weakness. That is skill. Again. Say that again. Can you say that again? I'm sorry. Can you say that again? I'm sorry. Can you say that again, please? I didn't quite catch that. If that felt hard, just say the first two words. That's enough. You're still winning. I'm sorry. Can you say that again, please? Again. Slower this time. Feel every word. One more time, like you mean it, clear and confident. The barista smiles. They say, of course, what's your name for the order? Ah, that's all they wanted. Your name. You feel the tension release. Of course. Just your name. You take a breath. You smile back. Speak now. Say your name. Then say, thank you so much. Go. You handled it. Think about what just happened. You faced a moment that most learners dread, a moment of confusion in a real-world situation, with people waiting, with pressure, and you didn't freeze. You didn't say yes and hope for the best. You didn't walk away. You used English. You asked for help in English. You kept the conversation going. That is not small. That is a genuine skill. A B1 skill. Go find your seat. Your coffee will be ready soon. You've earned it. You're sitting down now, coffee in hand. The shop is warm around you. Music is playing softly. Take a breath. Right now. Seriously. Breathe in, hold it, and breathe out. That breath matters. It resets your nervous system. It clears your head. It brings you back. Look at what you have done in the last 30 minutes. You stepped outside into an unfamiliar situation. You waited in line in a coffee shop. You ordered in English. You faced a moment of confusion, and you didn't retreat. You asked for help in English, and you kept going. That is not nothing. Most people would have frozen at that counter, would have pointed at the menu and said nothing, would have walked away, would have given up. You didn't. Every time your mouth opened, every single time you said a word, a phrase, a sentence, that was a rep. And reps build muscle. Language reps build speaking muscle. You are stronger right now than you were 30 minutes ago. Not metaphorically, actually. Your brain is literally forming new connections in English as we speak. I want you to take that and say it out loud. Because the words you say about yourself matter enormously. They shape what you believe, and what you believe shapes what you do. Speak now. I am improving. I am speaking more. Every time I open my mouth, I get better. Say it again. Believe it this time. Good. Now, we are not done with this day. One quick thing before we move on. When you hit a hard moment in English, you freeze, you don't understand, you lose the word, don't hide. Name it. Say, I need a moment. Or, I'm sorry, I lost the thread. That keeps the conversation going. That is the move. Say it now. I need a moment. One more. I'm sorry. Could you say that again? Good. Notice, name, keep going. That's the rule. Now we are back on the street. There is somewhere else you need to be, and you're not entirely sure how to get there. You'll need to ask for directions. You'll need to listen to the answer and then respond. That is the next challenge, and it is a beautiful one. Okay, you just left the coffee shop. You're back on the street. You have somewhere to be. A meeting, a shop, a train station. You look at your phone. The signal is weak. The map is loading, but not quite working. You look around. The street you're on doesn't look familiar. You see buildings, shops, people walking past. You need to ask someone. A person is walking toward you. They look approachable, friendly. They are getting closer. Your heart does a little jump. You think, should I ask this person? What if I don't understand the answer? What if they speak too fast? What if I say something wrong? And then you remember. You just handled the coffee shop. You handled the barista. You can handle this too. What do you say? How do you politely stop someone? What is the first thing out of your mouth? Stop that person. Ask for directions. Mention where you want to go. 5 seconds. Go. Good, whatever you said. You said something. That is the hardest part. Now let's build this properly. We'll use the train station as our destination. But this pattern works for anything. A hospital, a hotel, a pharmacy, a museum. Station. The station. Where is the station? Excuse me, where is the station? Excuse me, where is the nearest train station, please? If that felt hard, just say the first 2 words. That's enough. You're still winning. Repeat after me. Excuse me, where is the nearest train station, please? Again, smoother this time. Excuse me, where is the nearest train station, please? One more time, clear and natural. Excuse me, where is the nearest train station, please? Excellent. Now, here is what most English practice videos skip entirely. They teach you to ask, but they don't teach you to listen to the answer and respond. And that, listening and responding, is where real fluency lives. So we are going to do it right now. A real 2-part exchange. Now, listening and responding. I'll give you directions. Your job is to listen carefully. Then tell me back what you heard in your own words. You don't need to remember every word. You need to understand enough to act. Ready? Listen carefully. Go straight for 2 blocks, then turn left at the traffic light. The station will be on your right. You can't miss it. What did she say? Go straight for how many blocks? Turn which direction and at what? The station is on which side? Say it back in your own words, right now. Tell me what she said. Your own words. Even just 2 or 3 words. That counts. Go. That right there, that is the skill that separates intermediate speakers from beginners. It is not about having perfect English. It is about processing language in real time, hearing, understanding, and responding, all under the mild pressure of a real interaction. And you just did it. You asked, you listened, you responded. That is real-world English. That is what we came here to do. You're walking toward the station. The directions are in your head. The city is moving around you. And as you walk, you replay the morning in your mind. the coffee shop, the barista, the confusion, the moment you handled it. You are thinking in English now, not translating, just thinking. And here is something you might notice. When you tell this story to yourself, the sentences feel a little short, a little disconnected. Like, I went, I ordered, I didn't understand, I asked again. That is fine. That is real. But there is a way to connect those thoughts and make them flow. It's connector language, small words that glue your sentences together and make your speaking sound natural. Here are 4 you can use right now, today, immediately. Actually, use this when you are about to say something slightly surprising or different from what was expected. To be honest, use this when you want to say something sincere or real. I mean, use this when you want to explain yourself more clearly or correct something you just said. So I said, use this when you are telling a story and you want to include your own words or reactions. Repeat after me. Actually. To be honest, I mean. So I said. Now let's practice using one in a real sentence. I'll give you the beginning. You finish it. Finish this sentence using one connector. I was confused because. Start with actually. To be honest, I mean. Finish the thought. 8 seconds, go. Hear the difference? Your English just got more natural, more human, more real. Those 4 connectors, use them today. Use them in every conversation you have. They will change the way you sound immediately. And here is one more piece of advice about connector language, because I think it will make a real difference for you. When you first start using connectors, they might feel a little awkward, a little forced, like you are acting, like you are trying to be someone you are not yet. That feeling is completely normal, and it goes away faster than you think, because language learning always goes through 3 stages. Stage 1, you know it. You have studied it. You can recognize it when you hear it. Stage 2, you can produce it, but slowly. You have to think about it consciously. You have to remind yourself to use it. Stage 3, it is automatic. You don't think about it anymore. It just comes out. Right now, for most learners, connectors like actually and to be honest are at stage 2. You know them. You can use them if you make the effort. Every time you use them, every conversation, every speaking exercise, every moment you choose a connector over silence, you push them a little closer to stage 3. That is how fluency is built. Not by learning new things, but by using the things you already know so many times that they become part of you. So today and this week, make a deal with yourself. Every time you speak English, use at least one connector, just one. That's your only job. Actually, I'd like a coffee. To be honest, I'm not sure. I mean, I wasn't expecting that. So I said, can you say that again? one connector. Every conversation starting today. Before you reach the station, you walk past a small convenience shop. You meet something, maybe water, maybe something small to eat. You walk in. This is a bonus scenario. It is short, but it is powerful because this is the kind of situation that happens every single day in real life. And most learners are not prepared for it. Not because it is hard, but because it is unscripted. Nobody tells you exactly what the shop assistant is going to say. Nobody writes out the dialogue for you in advance. You just have to handle it in real time. And that, handling the unscripted moment, is exactly where today's training has been leading you. Feel it. You walk into the shop. It's small, a little crowded. There is one person behind the counter. They look up when you walk in. They say something, a greeting. Maybe, "Hi, can I help you?" You feel that familiar split second of pressure. And then you handle it. Think first. What do you need? Water? A snack? Something else? Decide right now. Speak now. Ask for what you need. Politely, clearly. 5 seconds. Go. Good. Now let's say the shop assistant can't find it immediately. They say, "I'm not sure if we have that. Let me check." 2 seconds of silence. Then they come back and say, "Sorry, we're all out of that today." This is a micro problem, not a big one, but in English, micro problems are where people freeze because you had one thing in mind and now that thing is not available and you have to think on your feet. What do you say? What do you do? Each one is perfectly natural. Listen to all three. Option 1. "Oh, that's okay. No worries. Thank you." Option 2. "Do you have anything similar or something like it?" Option 3. "What do you recommend instead?" Now, say it out loud. "Oh, that's okay. No worries. Thank you." Do you have anything similar? What would you recommend instead? Now, which one would you actually say in this situation? Say it out loud. Respond to the shop assistant. Choose one of those 3 options. Or make your own. 8 seconds. Go. Perfect. You just handled an unscripted moment in English. No preparation. No script. Just you. Reading the situation, choosing words, speaking. That is real fluency. That is what we are building. Now, let's keep moving. The station is close. You found the station. You're there. You're in the right place. The day is almost done. And now, in this quiet moment, let's do something powerful. Let's talk about what fluency actually means, because I think a lot of people have the wrong idea. They think fluency means sounding like a native speaker. Perfect accent, perfect grammar, no hesitation. But that is not what fluency is. Fluency means being able to communicate your thoughts clearly in real time without stopping to translate. It means your brain is working in English, not working in your first language and then converting. And you practice that not by memorizing, but by doing, by speaking, by thinking out loud. That is what we are doing right now. Let me give you an example of what I mean. A student once told me, "Emma, when I study, I understand everything, but when I speak, it disappears." And I told her exactly what I am going to tell you now. Understanding and producing are two completely different skills. You can be excellent at one and a beginner at the other. Listening to English, reading English, recognizing English, those all use one part of your brain, the receiving part, but speaking English, finding the word, putting it in the right order, saying it with the right rhythm, under time pressure, while also listening to the other person, that uses a completely different part, the producing part. And the only way to train the producing part is to produce, to speak, to output, which is exactly what you have been doing for the last 45 minutes. Every time you said a word today, even one word, you trained that producing part. Every chunk, every repeat, every 15-second story, every moment of handling a difficult situation in English. That is real training. And it is adding up. Now, I want to take that training and apply it to the most real thing possible. Right now. This moment. You. You, sitting or standing wherever you are, watching or listening to this video. I want you to describe what is happening right now. Not the story, real life. You, this moment. What are you doing? Where are you? What can you see or hear around you? Use the present continuous. I am sitting. I am listening. I am looking at. I can hear. What are you doing right now in real life? Say 2 sentences. Present continuous. I am sitting. I can hear. Go. Good. Now let's go deeper. Think about this story we've been living today. The coffee shop, the directions, the moments of pressure. What was the hardest moment for you? Not physically hard, mentally. The moment where you felt the most uncertain. The hardest moment for me was, I was feeling 2 or 3 sentences. Take your time. 10 seconds. Go. Now, one more. What did you learn today? Not grammar, not vocabulary. What did you learn about yourself as a speaker? Today, I learned that I finished that sentence. Honestly. That right there is called real-time language production. No script, no answer key, no multiple choice, just your thoughts, your voice, and English. And you did it 3 times in a row. Every single one of those moments just made you a better speaker. And I want to point out something you might not have noticed. At the beginning of this video, when I asked you to say your name and where you are, that felt like a small thing. Almost too simple. But look at what you just did. You described a feeling. You narrated an experience. You reflected on your own learning in English out loud. in real time. That is not a small thing. That is real language use, complex, personal, reflective language. And you did it because we built up to it, one small step at a time, from coffee to a full story, from I need help to the hardest moment for me was. That is the journey of today, and that journey continues every Monday. The day is almost done. You went out. You ordered coffee. You asked for help when you didn't understand. You asked for directions. You listened and responded. You thought in English. And now, I want to hear your story. The whole day, in your voice. This is the final speaking challenge. And it is the biggest one. 15 seconds, one story, your voice, no script, no help from me. Now, 15 seconds might not sound like a lot, but 15 seconds of continuous connected English with no stopping, no starting over is actually a significant output from most learners, especially when it is about something real, something that happened, something you felt. So I want you to take it seriously, not nervously, seriously. There is a difference. Serious means focused, committed, ready. Nervous means afraid. You are focused. You are ready. And before you start, I'll give you a scaffold. 3 quick anchors so your brain knows exactly where to begin. Think of one place you went today in the story. Think of one thing that happened there. Think of one feeling you had in that moment. Lock those 3 things in. Good. You have your 3 anchors. Now, put it together. Don't stop. Don't start over. If you get stuck, use a connector. Actually, or I mean, or so. Ready? Tell me about your day outside. Include where you went, what happened, one problem you faced. If you get stuck, just continue. Do not start over. Starting over is the one thing that kills real speaking. Keep moving forward. Even one word forward is enough. Connectors are your bridge. Actually, I mean, so 15 seconds, go. That was your longest speaking output today. That was 15 seconds of continuous English, telling a story, describing events, using emotion with no preparation. That is B1 output. Even if it wasn't perfect, especially if it wasn't perfect, that was real speaking, because perfect does not exist in real conversations. Real conversations have pauses and mistakes and I mean. And that is exactly what yours sounded like. Real human English. Be proud of that. Before you go, I want you to do one last thing. Not because it is a homework exercise, not because it is a drill, because this is how real change happens. But words you say about yourself, especially out loud, shape who you become. Your brain listens to your voice more than it listens to anything else. So when you say something about yourself out loud, your brain files it. And over time, those filings become beliefs, and beliefs become actions. So say this and mean every single word. Speak now. I can handle real situations. I can speak outside. I am not afraid anymore. Say it. Mean it. Let me tell you what you did today. You didn't just practice English. You walked into a coffee shop in English. You ordered in English. You faced confusion in English, and you handled it in English. You stopped a stranger on the street. You asked for help. You listened to directions. You responded. You thought about hard moments. You talked about feelings. You told a story from nothing in 15 seconds. The version of you that started this video and the version of you right now are not the same person. Real growth doesn't happen in classrooms. It doesn't happen when everything is comfortable and safe. It happens in exactly the moments we had today. The moment of confusion at the counter. The moment of stepping up to a stranger. The moment of opening your mouth when you weren't sure what would come out. Every single one of those moments was a brick. And those bricks are building something. They are building a speaker. They are building you. And I want to leave you with one last thought. One thing I want you to carry with you after this video ends. The English you need for real life, you already started building it today. The phrase for ordering coffee, the phrase for asking someone to repeat, the phrases for directions, the connectors that make you sound natural, the skill of listening and responding. Those are not complicated things, but they are the exact things you need when you are standing in a real situation with a real person in real time. Most learners spend years waiting until they feel ready to use English outside, waiting until their grammar is perfect, waiting until their vocabulary is bigger, waiting until they feel confident enough. But here is the truth. The confidence does not come before the speaking. It comes because of the speaking. You do not become confident and then speak. You speak, and that makes you confident. Every time you open your mouth and handle a moment in English, no matter how small, you build a little more of that confidence, a little more of that belief that you can do this. And after enough of those moments, after enough coffees ordered and directions asked and problems handled, one day you will notice something. You will notice that the nervousness is smaller than it used to be. That the words come faster than they used to. That you worry less about being perfect and focus more on being understood. That is when you know it is working. That is when you know that all of this, every Monday hour, every speak block, every repetition was worth it. Keep going. The version of you that speaks English confidently, outside, in real life, without fear, is not a fantasy. They are just a few more Mondays away. I'll see you next Monday. Same time, 1 hour, one story, your English, your life. Until then, go outside, order something, ask for something, handle something in English. You already know how.